Happy Fragrant Friday for Raghead. Hey everybody, this is Ben here at That Cologne Guy, coming at you with a new San Diego guy this week. Review. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Happy Fragrant Friday to you, and I hope you have a great weekend. If you're watching this and it's not a Friday, well, always remember here at That Cologne Guy, every day is Friday. You've seen the title and the description, and so it is time to take a look at none other than my first Cartier review, and this is Déclaration Parfum by Cartier. So this is the very first time that I have reviewed a Cartier. I'm actually a huge fan of Pasha. I have no idea why I have not reviewed the original or any of the flankers of Pasha. I really like that one, and I'm a huge fan of Déclaration du Soir. In fact, I actually think that is a wonderful choice for people who are on a limited budget. A very attractive fragrance. So I was really looking forward to this week, and Dr. Goo over at Locked Sense sent this one in, and make sure you subscribe to his channel. In the description box, I will leave that there. He knows I'm a fan, and so he actually included some extra juice. So this is, I think he said 10 ml, so he can correct me if I'm wrong. Either way, there was extra juice, because you might recall last week I did Fahrenheit Parfum, and that one had a little, on the atomizer I had a little problem, and so for a few days I had to wear a different scent other than that one, and that was this one. So really I've been rocking this juice for about 2 weeks, almost every day, and oh, what a joy it has been. So like I said, I am a fan of Déclaration du Soir. I like the original as well, but I've never owned Déclaration, the original. And then I also like Pasha. So I was really, really looking forward to this review on many, many levels. If you don't have time to check out the entire review, I always leave chapters anyway in the description. Make sure you go to the bonus feature at the very end. And if you are really tight for time and you can't even do that, make sure you wish subscriber Brian in the comment box a happy birthday. His birthday is this week, and this episode is dedicated to him. He is a dedicated subscriber, a lot of dedications here, and he has supported the channel over the years, always watches, always chimes in, always lets us know his scent of the day. Just a great guy, and happy birthday, Brian, and I hope I sent him a little package, and hopefully he will receive it before the actual day itself. So enjoy, my friend, and thanks again for everything. This is a 2018 flanker by Mathilde Laurent. She has done some superb work before, but this one is just outstanding. This really is niche quality juice. You know what I think about when I think of something like this? I think, when I first started in this as a hobby and started doing reviews, I was thinking to myself, why are people so, caught up on, if something smells like a deodorant or shower gel or something, and why are they worried about something if it just smells nice, and just leave it at that, right? This one is kind of the type of fragrance that can take you to the next level. Sounds a little corny, but it is true. It can make you understand high perfumery. And you can at least understand. Of course, I'm not a fragrance snob, but at least I can understand why someone, after wearing something like this, would not want to wear, the kind of out of shower synthetic releases and the designer realm and the crowd pleasers. So I don't think that way, of course, but I at least understand where they're coming from, because this one, you guys, I've talked a lot about the ones that just smell great and get a lot of compliments, and that's all you care about, and then the people who really want a nuanced, a very unique fragrance that is well blended. That is definitely in this camp. This one is definitely, it's quote unquote, not for everyone, but this one really is an artistic release. This is not one of those ones that I could, that Mathilde Laurent maybe had to just put something out for Cartier and didn't really think about it. Not at all. This one is definitely an artistic creation. I could see how she would go into much detail and how she was inspired and moved to do something something like this one. So I really, I'm addicted to this one. I find it highly addicting. I've really enjoyed wearing this over the last 2 weeks. In fact, I'd even go so far as to say it's been an honor. So good news so far, right? Like I said, 2018, this is an amber woody. And let's get to the notes. You need to know my personal bias anyway. I am not a cumin fan with regard to fragrance. As I've said before, I know a lot of I'm from the U.S. and I know a lot of Americans say cumin. Here's the thing: if you say cumin, why don't you say coot for cute? And you don't. You say cute. So I go with cumin. You can let me know what you say. I know it's usually the North Americans will say cumin, and then it's my understanding, I think, that the rest of the English-speaking world will say cumin. But either way, I'm going to go cumin. I love Indian food. I love cumin. It's wonderful. I'm not a fan of it in fragrance. It often smells like BO. So the reason why I say that is because the initial blast is off-putting. But I want you to... Oftentimes I'll talk about, by the time you get to work, it's gone. No. I'm talking initial blast here of like maybe 5 to 10 minutes. This thing smells like BO. It really does. It smells like, exactly like body odor. I when I first sprayed it, it was a no. But be careful with that, especially if you spray this at an airport, at a duty free, something, whatever. Be careful, because that seriously dissipates and evolves into something totally different and majestic and regal within like 10 minutes. So I am not going to get to I'm not going to take off points here for the cumin. Not a fan of it, but it really does evolve exceptionally well. She has a master stroke with this fragrance when it comes to the notes. You get bitter orange on top, but really, honestly, the first thing you're going to smell is BO. That's what I get in the first 5 to 10 minutes, and you're thinking to yourself, I can't. Two things. Number one, you're thinking, okay, why would anyone want to smell like that? And then the second thing I'm thinking of is, no matter what I do off to my left, I can't get out of the sun rays. But anyway, that's a good problem that we're having today. It's finally warm. So you're going to get cumin in the initial blast. It goes away after 10 minutes. And it really evolves quickly into like the bitter orange, takes over a little bit more. And then it really gets into the big three, which would be leather, cedar, and amber. Excuse me. So really, to me, it's about the base notes in this one personally. The mid notes are spices and cardamom, and I do get some cardamom, of course I do, but as far as general spices, it just becomes like a woody, spicy amber. I mean, it's very attractive, and it really works well on my skin. So I'm not going to docket anything for the cumin initially. Just be careful, though, because if you try this with a tester at a duty-free at an airport, it's highly likely that you will not like this and not understand really what she's trying to do here. So hold tight. Make sure you wear this on your skin for a day, and the BO note goes away extremely quickly. So I was very happy with that after the initial sadness. So, as I said earlier, this is niche quality juice. This one, it clearly separates itself, and frankly, this could be almost like an MFK. This could be like a Maison Francis Courtillon release. This really has niche stamped all over it. And I mean, the fact that this can be had for, less than $100 for a full bottle, I really tip my cap to them, because stuff like this could be sold for twice as much, although I'm extremely happy that it's not. So that is a wonderful, wonderful aspect of this fragrance is that I enjoyed the nuances, I enjoyed the artistic element, and I love how this is blended very, very well. So, and I won't belabor the point, but as I said, this is the type of fragrance that you would move up to, and then you would gain more of a sense, more of an understanding of where people are coming from on Fragrantica when they bash something that they find to be, kind of an extension of deodorant. This is nothing like this one. It really is otherworldly, and I hate to say something like that one again, but it is. And as I said, I have tried for like 20 minutes before I started recording. I have like all these, you can't see them of course, but I have papers, I have all these things blocking, and of course the sun is going to come right in. So anyway, those are the notes. Now let's get to some bad news. The longevity, projection, and sillage, and I can tell you now, it's not great, but it's not because of this atomizer. I have put so much. In fact, if he did send me 10 mil, think about that. That's 1/10 of a full bottle, and I've seared through all of it practically. It's not the atomizer that's the problem. I have put on a lot of sprays of this in one time, and I've even gone back and reapplied. And I'm still just not impressed. This is a Parfum, and the longevity and projection and sillage are abysmal. The longevity, believe it or not, for me was 2 to 4 hours. That is just not acceptable. And if you are going in and out of outside into the elements and coming back, walking a dog real quick, something like that, I'm talking like 10 or 15 minutes, it's going to even be less. This really is made for somebody who parks their car, walks right into their job, and then immediately after their job goes right straight to the car, right? If you're out in the elements at all, this one is just not going to do great, and that's unfortunate. So, longevity, 2 to 4 hours on skin. You would really have to spray on clothes a lot for something like this. One day I put 10 sprays. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then on the back of my ears, 9 and 10. I mean, come on, 10 sprays, and you're looking at about 4 hours. So that one was really bad news. Projection, sillage is the same. I didn't smell this on my collar the next day. Projection is going to be, about maybe an arm's length for the first half hour, and then it's going to really, really settle down. So I guess I would reserve something like this for. Let me talk about the event in a minute. Sillage coming in out of rooms, I mean, it's going to be faint. It's going to be attractive. If there's definitely a target audience for this. This is definitely made for the people who like fragrance for themselves and do not seek feedback from others. End of. And the dog agrees. She's growling. And so, that's really what it comes down to. This is definitely one of those like personal, this is about me, for me, and how I feel with it kind of fragrance, as opposed to, hoping others will notice hoping others will notice. Probably not going to notice. So a projection, longevity, sillage is a thumbs down. I don't know what else I can tell you. It's unfortunate. All I can say is I don't think it has anything to do with the atomizer, because I put on a boatload, and still, I asked people around me. I smelled my collar and shirt, even though I sprayed on my clothes. I smelled the next day, and nothing. I mean, the collar of my jacket. We're in the winter, so I'm wearing. I've got my pea coat, and the collar doesn't have anything left over the next day. So definitely disappointed with that, especially because it's a Parfum. So let's get to age on this one. This one is going to be a 35 and up. It is a gentleman's fragrance par excellence. It is not a grandpa fragrance, but it certainly is. You won't see the high schoolers and the college dudes, the college bros rocking this juice. This is definitely for, I'm going to go 35 and up. It is a Father's Day gift. It is for grandpa. It is definitely a regal gentleman's fragrance, sophisticated, refined. It is distinguished. And so the 35 and up will be what I would do for age, and then it is clearly a masculine release. So I mean, I would say probably a woman could wear this though. A woman could wear this. And so I'm going to go 80-20, actually. I'm going to go 80% as far as people who actually own it. It's their signature scent. They've always wanted it. They requested it. It was given as a gift, but they wanted it. I'm going to say 80% men and 20% women. Probably a little higher on the women's side than other reviewers, but I think I could definitely see a woman pulling this off actually quite well. I mean, it smells divine. So it's like, if you really think about it, well, then why would that be gender based, right? It is. I mean, it does have cedar. It definitely takes over with some. The woods take over in the base, no doubt, and that's why I would say it's probably in practice going to be 80% on the men's side. So when it comes to season, this is an easy one. This is a fall winter. This is an easy one. This is definitely a fall winter. Actually, for this time of year, for me, perfect. A fall winter, barely into spring, and I probably wouldn't. Well, I wouldn't reach for this in the summer for two reasons. Number one is, it's an amber woody. You look at the notes and you think, okay, leather, but it definitely won't be too much. If you did, it's just not going to last. I mean, I feel like if it were 85, 90 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and you took a stroll, if you took your dog outside to go to the bathroom, 10 minutes or something, 15 minutes, then that's even going to be less than the 4 hours maximum I mentioned in the longevity. That's unfortunate. So that's that. Now the counter argument though would be for event. So let's get to that. When it comes to the event, you might say, well, this is not a Cartier Déclaration Parfum is not meant to be walking around outside while your dog does her business. And that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. You could say it is so regal, sophisticated, and distinguished that it's something that could only be worn, inside and for a semi-formal or formal social event. Fine. I concur, actually. And so I would say this is a perfect for three people. A perfect fragrance for three people. Number one, look, I wear a fragrance for me. If you're the type of person, I wear it for me. I look for I don't need compliments. I look for something I like. It's personal. This would be great for you. Second would be for someone in an office where you are in a fragrance that they're promoting fragrant neutrality around, and you don't want to wear something that's going to clear out a room, especially if you have meetings in smaller rooms. This would be another one that would be absolutely divine because it's not going to get picked up easily with people relatively close to you. And then at night, I would say this would be something that would be a wonderful choice for a social event, provided that it's not like a wedding reception where you're outside. This would definitely be for something like indoors. Let's say you're going to go to like a nice dinner, some sort of formal event from 6 to 9, 7 to 10 at night, and you're going to be indoors. You're going to walk straight from the car right to the building. This would be absolutely wonderful for something like that one. And I don't know that a lot of people wear flip-flops and a t-shirt and in shorts and reach for something like that, but it would be absolutely divine for a special occasion fragrance. Okay, which brings me to my rating. I have to say in this one, the rating has been excruciatingly difficult, just like last week. Last week I had Fahrenheit Parfum, and I went 4.9 to 99 to 99. No, 4.49 to 999 to 99, almost a 4.5, which I would have rounded up. So I kept it 4 out of 5 sprays. I do not like cumin in fragrance generally, but I don't feel in good faith I can take off. Number one, that's a subjective comment anyway. Number two, the BO note really does go away in 10 or 15 minutes. I'm fine with that. I'm not taking off a spray for that at all. For a parfum, I found this to be abysmal performance, especially with my lifestyle. And so I feel like that, to me, is definitely where I would want to take off a spray. You guys, if this is your first episode with me, I have a 5-spray system, but I have the elusive, that cologne guy, bonus spray. That's going to be relevant because the question you have to ask yourself is this. Is the blending of this fragrance and the fact that it is original, it is gentlemanly, it is regal, it is sophisticated, and it is distinguished, does that counteract longevity, projection, and sillage? Normally, I'm a little grumpy, and I am certainly tight on the budget. And so normally, I would definitely dock here a spray. This one comes dangerously close to a 4 out of 5. So if last week I gave a 4.4999999 and I did not, it just stayed at 4, that's about the highest 4 I would give out of 5, then this one is the opposite. This one is the 4.49999 that goes at the very last second and does some extra credit work and scores, just slides in at a 4.5, and then I round up to 5. This one can thank Mathilde Laurent, can thank her lucky stars, because I'm apparently in a giving mood. This one is a 5 out of 5 sprays. And here's why I love the coveted bonus 6 out of 5. I love the bonus spray in this system because it allows me to take something like this and leave it at a 5. On smell alone, I'd even be tempted to go 6 out of 5. I don't have the bottle, obviously. I can't review the atomizer, the bottle itself, how to hold it, or whatever. But I will say, this is one of the rare ones. It's very fortunate because the longevity, projection, and sillage, they are abysmal. But I'm going to keep it at a 5 out of 5 only because this really is an artistic inspiration. I would not be at all surprised. I didn't find anything, but I would not be at all surprised if she were to, give a very detailed description of her walking around in some exotic land and saying, I was moved, or she said, like, I got up at 3 a.m. and frantically wrote in a notepad of some notes here that I've been envisioning for something original. It is different. It sets itself apart from a lot of what I have reviewed. And that's why I feel moved to give it a 5 out of a 5. I can't see myself getting this a 4 out of 5. So really, I'm going to flip it. Instead of docking a spray, I'm going to say this. The only thing that keeps this getting a 6 out of 5, the coveted TCG bonus spray, is the longevity, projection, and sillage. And then, of course, the asterisk here would be if I looked at the bottle later and the spray. Dr. Goo can help us out. Let us know if the atomizer is horrible or something. I just don't see that happening with the Cartier. I think we're going to be good there. So barring the unexpected with the bottle, I am going to go 5 out of 5. It's normally a 4, but it just is that good for me. I've really enjoyed wearing this fragrance, and I just can't bring myself to give a 4. It is a 5 out of 5. It's high perfumery. It is artistic. It is inspired. It is a noble creation. You see, I can just keep going. It is, though, and I on my way over here to record, I was still considering a 4, and I just think to myself, the proof is in the proverbial pudding. I have seared through this thing. I can't wait to wear it every day. It's been a joy. I'm sad to see it go, and so I took that into consideration, and I'm gonna go 5 out of 5. So I'm gonna go 1 on each wrist, 1 on each side of the neck, and what do you say? Because of the abysmal longevity, projection, and sillage, I'm gonna go 1 on the center of the chest, and then we will see where we stand after these. These are not faux sprays, my friend. Okay, 5 out of 5 lucky sprays for Cartier Déclaration Parfum. I should have said earlier, this, of course, it can be, most people will say Cartier, in American English, it would be Cartier Déclaration Parfum. But it is Déclaration Parfum. So, 5 out of 5. Boom. Oh, yeah. Boom. 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 And boom. And I still have just a little tiny bit left, which I will need today because I will have to reapply. This has been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed the ratings, especially where they're on the fence. And so I hope you appreciate that. I hope you are doing well. Let me know what your scent of the day is, let me know what you think. In fact, if you've had Déclaration Parfum and you do not agree with longevity projection and sillage, let me know. If you got Superb, let me know. I would love to know that. That would make me even happier, but I certainly can't say that I did. Let me know what you think, and I was excited, again, to review, after all these years, my first Cartier. Take care of yourself, and always remember, my friends, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody. Okay, so welcome to the bonus feature. We are going to make this very, very quick because, as I said earlier, this is subscriber Brian's birthday week. So happy birthday, Brian. I really appreciate you always comment, always let us know what you're wearing. You've supported the channel over the years. You know, as I said last week, I don't do the, hey, buy me a coffee, Patreon crap. I don't want any of that. And I really appreciate that Brian has reached out over the few last months, I would say, year and a half. I will never forget when he first contacted me and said, I'd like to send you something. And I thought he meant something just like this. And then I got a brand new bottle. He doesn't mess around. And on my end, of course, I sent him a birthday package, which I hope he will get before his birthday. So happy birthday. I hope you enjoy that. And the other thing I'll say, too, is I think we've all understood, okay, between the lines here and the unwritten rules when it comes to that cologne guy. The dude is from Georgia. Since he started watching this, the Atlanta Braves have won the World Series, and the Georgia Bulldogs have won the national championship in American football, college, 2 times in a row. Is it a coinky dink? I'll let you decide. You guys take care. Make sure in the comment box, if you don't have too much to say about the fragrance or your scent of the day, wish a great guy a happy birthday. Take care, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.